Hi, guys. Welcome to Parawomenradio. I'm Amy. Oh, Gypsy Rose. Old Gyp. Oh, honey, you are so threatened by us. What are you doing copyright striking, messing with people's bread and butter on YouTube, who in reality are your bread and butter? The old gypster is on a mission to control the narrative and shut down anyone who dares to spill the beans, the tea, dish the dirt on the real story of what happened to poor old Dee Dee Blanchard and Nick Godejohn. She's been going around copyright striking content creators left and right. I believe she did it a bit on TikTok and now she's making her way to YouTube. Well, guess what? I'm a content creator on YouTube, which makes me a YouTuber by right, and I must respond. Listen, I may not always see eye to eye with every YouTube creator out there, but I believe in free speech and not letting anyone stomp all over it. I've been through similar but not exact situations before, and other YouTube creators had my back. Now it's my turn to stand up and support others in the same situation, but a different scenario, but yeah, you get what I mean. So tonight, we're diving into Gypsy's latest shenanigans. Doesn't she realize that without us, she's a nothing? Let's make our voices heard and send a direct message on tonight's episode of Parawomen Radio. While we wait for everyone to roll in, I'm going to roll some credits. Special shout out to my Power Replay crew and my Dragonflies. It's almost pumpkin spunkin. It's almost pumpkin spooky season, my loves. Are you ready for it? Guys, welcome to Parawomen Radio. I'm Amy.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue. Here in the haze where you inspire me. Here in the darkness I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart of sin and you. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you. Here in the blue, I'm dancing with you tonight, and it feels fine. Carefully strumming this old guitar again, words rolling out into our fire. If heaven had wings, I would steal them and fly away with you for a while. Here in the essence of gratitude, your dreamy little smile on my lips. I miss my cue, but baby I had you. just my cue, but I had you for that day.
I can never miss my cue here on the Power Network. Hi, how is everyone doing tonight? Are you ready to talk a little Gypsy Rose about her latest shenanigans that get me fired up when people mess with people in this way when it's just the truth that's coming out? I don't understand how we got to this point where nobody's allowed to talk about the truth. If you're talking about the truth, then you're a hater. You can't just simply say what's true and it not be a hating statement if it's true. If it's true, how is it a hater? And she's made her way over to YouTube, which kind of makes my stomach turn anyway. I was looking at her page just before we went live just to kind of see what kind of numbers she's getting, and they're decent. They're decent. And she's trying to use the YouTube copyright strike system like she was doing it over on TikTok, but it's a little bit different over here on YouTube. It's a little bit better, dare I say, here on YouTube, and it still has its problems. Because I went through something very similar. So I know this process, and I know how it's used and why it's used. And one of the big ways it's used is to silence the people because it takes about 2 weeks to go through the process of this copyright thing. So you, in effect, silence the story for 2 weeks and then it's not popular anymore. And then, it's on to the next story. And so that story, you get that taken, their channel, or not their channel, I'm sorry, their video taken down for a few weeks. And if you're really good at it and you get 3 of them taken down, then the creator's whole channel comes down until it gets worked out. It's just outrageous that she's doing this. Hold on, I got to take a sip of water. I'm so ugh. Yeah, I just think we need to stop this from we need to nip this in the bud, because if she goes after them, she can go after us. And I don't always agree with what's being said on probably every channel. I probably don't agree with everything, but I don't have to agree with everything to support a person. There's some that I just, I don't support in theory, but as a YouTube content creator, I support the right to make the content and not have it stricken down. So somebody help me off this soapbox because it's getting a nosebleed up here. And I don't want anyone to think that I think that I'm ever better than anybody else, because I've gone through different periods of time where I was more of a like a tea type person where I liked the dirty gossip. But for me, I'm not really so much into the Gypsy Rose dirty nitty gritty gossip, and I probably don't know even all of it. I'm more into like the dangerous things that she's doing. Like, I don't really give a flying fig about what color her hair is, or, you know, that kind of stuff. But I really give a fig about her striking down channels. And so here we are. Let me get my screen together and we can get going. I am having a little bit of a problem, or I was, with StreamYard. So like we lost Twitch. So today we're coming to you on Facebook and YouTube. Hi guys. Um Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps us dance out into the algorithm. Party out there, bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out. But if it's glitchy, I do apologize. And I am going to share my screen. Share my. Okay, that's not the one I want to show you. Here's the one. Let me go over into chat real quick before we get started and say hi. Hi, Maria. Hi, Lotus Spider 7. Hi, Chrissy and Heavenly. Hi, Giselle. I saw you got the Z right away. Like, just the credits hadn't even finished rolling and you got hit with it. Jennifer, hi. Who else do I spy? Lily Eve. Hey there. I don't think we've seen Lily Eve in a while. I don't know if I missed anyone else. Catherine, hi. If I missed anybody else, I'm sorry, but hi there. Okay, here we go. So it started, I had gotten a message from one of my mods asking me if I had got copyright struck by Gypsy Rose. And I was like, I hope not, because I'd gotten a copyright strike by somebody else that I'm just waiting for Mercury retrograde to finish. And then I'm going to go at it. But I looked because sometimes I don't always see YouTube stuff come through right away, and I had not. But and then it was further directed to me that I should go to Sir Morbid's page because there had been content creators that had been being struck. And 22 hours ago, he posted Gypsy Rose Blanchard, YouTube, please remove your false copyright takedown claims on the following YouTube creators' channels at Conspiracy Tea and Flawless Nina. As you can clearly see, it is a violation against YouTube community guidelines and terms of service. Please do the right thing and follow instructions in the image because it'll take mere seconds. Google states abusing the copyright system here on the YouTube platform may result in the suspension of your account or other legal consequences. I hope bigger creators that report on this kind of stuff, like these channels, Law and Crime, Friend of the Channel, and so many. I've only heard of Law and Crime. I guess I'm behind on the bigger creators that he's calling out for, and so many other YouTube creators that do not support false copyright claims. Would love to hear about someone infamous monetizing off unaliving their own mother, attempting to silence creators with opinions by violating YouTube's rules. The Son of Sam law is legit in 40 states. So if you're monetized and making money in those states because you have viewers in those territories, you shouldn't be able to collect money from TikTok, Meta, or Google because your followers and subscribers are only there to watch you because of your infamy, not your content creation skills. So Gypsy Rose Blanchard, please consider and do the right thing for once in your life and retract those false copyright takedowns. Thank you. And here is, do not make false claims, misuse of the removal request web form, such as submitting false information, may result in the suspension of the account of your legal consequences. And there are YouTube people that have been deplatformed. So they have removed people in the past. I don't know if it was for these making false claims like this, but here's what happens when you get a claim. You get this thing saying that your video has been removed because of this copyright thing, and you can do these various things. You can like just write it out, and I think it's in 90 days the claim is removed or something like that. You can also go to a creators claim school. I forget what they call it, and it can be removed faster. I think there's that option too. Or you can contact the person, they give you the email of the person who's doing it. You can contact that person and try to work it out, or you can dispute it. And if this ever happens to you, dispute it, because the only way they will win is if they have copywritten that particular video. And the only places that do something like this, because it would be so expensive to copyright every single one of your videos, are like Dr. Phil and like the news programs, Dateline, and those kind of programs, like Long Crime and um, Court TV. They don't even copyright each of all their stuff. That's why we can use this news stuff. Some content creators go overboard and they just play it. They just play it and they say like maybe two or three things, and that's not fair play use in my opinion. They'll say it's fair play use because they can get away with it. But to me, fair play use is using another person's content in a reasonable, responsible way. That's why on my channel we will I stop and start things. We won't usually play everything in its entirety. I speed it up. I alter it. But I do put the link to everything down in the description so that if you want to watch it on your own, at your own leisure, at your own pace, where it's not me interrupting anything, you can do that. I just think there's a responsible way to do things. And from what I have saw from Flawless Nina and Conspiracy, they are very responsible. So, no, no, I say no. And I hope other creators are doing the same, because this woman needs to be stopped. And the people that can stop her are us. And we are also the ones that keep her relevant. Anyway, so this is what happened. Sir Morbid, and then people are like, she needs some consequences. This is not going to end well for her. She done effed up. And that's another thing. She has messed with the wrong person. And Flawless Nina. Uh, Flawless Nina strikes me as somebody who can play the long game. And in that, I mean, she has real Scorpio energy, because she can. Gypsy Rose will think it'll be over, and 10 years later, Nina will see her shot, if she needs to wait that long, and she'll take it. And she'll pop up and she'll be like, "A knock, a knock. Do you remember me? Guess what? It's time." I just would not want her. I, I I can play that long game. I can do that. I got that energy. And so when another person has that similar energy, and you're kind of aware of, the energies around you and what's going on, and you recognize like, I don't think I want to mess with that because I don't want to like wait. I don't want to have to watch my back for 10 years or 20 or however long it takes. So Gypsy hasn't realized that. If I don't even know if she will ever be. She I don't think she'll I don't know if she'll ever be that aware. Okay, so let's move on. Um Here we have Sir Morbid doing a video. It's a follow-up on his YouTube. And we are going to take a look at the live, but it's a very long live. It's 4 hours long. But I always got other stuff that I'm going to pad in here. We're not just going to look at Sir Morbid's channel. We got a little bit of Nina's channel we're going to look at, and then we're going to pop over onto TikTok. So we got some stuff for you tonight. And uh, are you subscribed? Because I looked the other day and a huge amount of you are not subscribed, but a huge amount of you are. We hit 4K recently, like a week and a half ago, and we're almost up to 4.5K. So welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. Uh, but check and see if you're subscribed, because that's another free way to help me out. Okay, so here we have a little video that he did. What the F? What the F? Gypsy Rose should be banned off of YouTube for doing this.
Been filing false copyright takedowns right here on YouTube against creators that commentate and criticize her for her actions after being released from prison. Regardless of what Gypsy thinks about these specific creators and Conspiracy being one and Flawless Nina, those are mere opinions. It should not result in Gypsy abusing the YouTube copyright system that is in place to protect all creators. YouTube itself actually states in their community guidelines in terms of service that those who submit false copyright takedowns or removals, they warn against this, stating do not make false claims. Misuse of the removal request web form, such as submitting false information, may result in the suspension of your account or other legal consequences. And trust me, there's further detail than this, but I think everybody gets the point. Having said all,
and I forgot to say that once you decide what you're going to do, and if you decide that you are going to fight the claim, well, then you have to give them like your firstborn. Just kidding. But you have to give that creator all of your personal information, your personal name. Like, what name do you use on your bank account name? And then you have somebody such as Gypsy Rose who likes to dox people. Then they have all your information, and her stands are showing up at your door. It's not. I don't agree that you should have to give YouTube all your information, but it shouldn't be given to the person. So then once you give them all the information, then YouTube goes back to the creator, the person that's making the claim, and they say, well, this is what they say. Do you have any legal paperwork showing that this is copywritten? And they usually don't, and they have 10 days to F around and make you wait. And so that the whole process takes about two weeks. And if somehow they manage to get 3 false copyright claims, like if you use like 3 of their stuff that they're saying is theirs, then your channel goes down for the count until you clear it up. It's ridiculous. So, and it's traumatizing. And luckily, I had a YouTube creator. I had followers that helped me out, and some YouTube creators came to the rescue. And yeah, they walked me through the process. They helped me stop it. So, I, Flawless Nina and Conspiracy are a little bit bigger of channels, and they're also TikTokers. So I don't want to like put it like it's not wouldn't be as traumatizing, but it's traumatizing to worry about your channel that you work so hard on, to have to go through all of that for nothing that you've done wrong. It's a lot and it's ridiculous. I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying, how ridiculous and wrong it is, and do something to speak out. And I say it all the time, don't go to her channels. Don't watch her shit. If you want to watch it through your favorite creator. Support them, not her. Support the people that are bringing you the story. Don't support her. Like, I see over on her page, and you can look at the page. You don't like if you go to the page, it's not a huge deal. Just don't click on her stuff. But over on her page, over on YouTube, you can see she has almost 60,000 subscribers. She has 10 videos. She has quite a few views, 42K. Her pregnancy one has 530K. Get ready with me shit has 64K. You know, just stay away. I just stay away. Although, again, I'm always going to say, do what you want to do, because I always sound like I'm telling people what to do, but it's always do what you want to do. I just have always sounded very sure of myself when I talk. I don't know what it is. I've just always sounded very sure of myself, when in reality, I'm not always that sure of myself. But and I change my mind. I don't care if what you think about me. I'm always going to change my mind if I think otherwise. If more information comes to me, I always have the right to decide otherwise. And you do too, because this is like you're free to do as you please. And I hope that goes without saying. Um, but getting back to this is the nonsense she's doing.
All this. Last night, I had a live show in regards to calling out Gypsy Rose Blanchard for filing these false copyright claims. Because the videos that she claimed, number one, she doesn't own any copyright on. Number two, the content creators provided their own commentary and criticism for educational purposes, which, by the way, is covered and protected by the Fair Use Act. Gypsy, knowing this, understands that she's violating YouTube community guidelines by abusing the copyright system that is in place, risking termination of her YouTube channel, as well as suspension to her Google account.
Well, Twisted, she's a woman that planned the unaliving of her mother by using an autistic person. He is now life in prison, and she served 7.5 years and is out, and it is coming out that her whole story is a lie. She was far more involved. She planned the unaliving of her mother and got away with it. And now she's trying to become a media influencer for the kids. It's just mind blowing. It's an upside down crazy world we're living in right now, and we have to use our voices now more than ever for standing up for what we believe in. So
over the past couple months, I have had an opportunity to have communications between Ken Erker, who is currently Gypsy's baby daddy, and I'm going to share with you my side of the conversation. Please note, I have yet to hear back from Ken, but I'm looking forward to hearing his response. So here it is. Hello, Kenny boy. It's Yep, Sir Morbid X here. So, as you know, I've been a YouTuber for going on 9 years, with multiple channels covering all kinds of content, some successful and others not so much. One of the worst things, a huge no-no on the platform, is filing false copyright claims when protected by the Fair Use Act. So, Ken, the other night, I was informed by Conspiracy, who's a friend of mine, as well as a fellow content creator right here on YouTube, who, by the way, has been extremely neutral and fair in covering Gypsy Rose, receiving a false copyright strike takedown by Gypsy herself, which again is taboo on YouTube. Now look, TikTok may be different, but on YouTube, it's against their community guidelines and terms of service to file false copyright claims. Also, Flawless Nina, another friend of mine, as well as a fellow YouTube content creator, received multiple false copyright claims by Gypsy herself. And don't try to blame the PR team, because no PR team would suggest or recommend their client to actually do something against the platform's TOS or community guidelines, risking termination of their
I
channel.
love how he's like, and don't do not put it on the PR. Nah.
And banned permanently, unless it's a PR team. But getting back to Flawless Nina, I get it. Yes, she covers Gypsy Rose much differently. I totally understand why you or Gypsy wouldn't like her personally, but she too is protected under the Fair Use Act, especially when it comes to false copyright claims. Whether you like
Fast forward it so you can watch it all if you want. I just want to see if Kenny
get wind of it as
replies.
well as legally. Ken, I figured I'd ask you personally, since we have a way to communicate with one another here on Discord, as adults. So if Gypsy is interested in retracting those false copyright claims, it's really easy and simple. Also quick to do in the YouTube studio. Hell, I'll even send you the link from...
That is the whole reason they give you the person that's filing the claim, their email is so that you can try to work it out yourself. You can contact them and be like, hey, this isn't cool. Can we, not have to go through this? But yeah, and you have 90 days to do all of this. So
Google. And for your convenience, I'll attach a screenshot on how to do it. Anyhow, I just wanted to at least ask you personally, Ken, about all of this. So thanks for listening, buddy. Now here's the link. Retract a copyright removal request. YouTube help. If you submitted a copyright removal request in error, you can retract it. Retracting a copyright removal request will clear the copyright strike from the uploader's channel unless other blah, 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 blah. Let me go a step further. Here's the YouTube help. Retract in YouTube Studio. If your removal request has already been resolved and resulted in the removal of content, retract it in YouTube Studio. And here are the steps. Number 1, sign in.
Okay, so it doesn't look like Ken replied.
Ian, I'll update you with the results. Hopefully Gypsy Rose can do something right once. Yeah, once in her life.
So it doesn't look like he replied. Let's go forward and watch the live. I guess we'll start from the beginning, because seems like we're going to get most of the good information in the beginning. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. If anyone has watched this, I've only watched bits and pieces of it. I popped in, and he has this thing where you can't go back and forth in his live, which is so irritating to me. Like, he's got it set where you have to come in and you can't listen to the beginning what you missed. So I usually leave because I don't want to pop in, but I haven't watched it yet. And if you guys have, and a good part that you think we should skip to, let me know, and I will keep an eye out in the comments.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard, listen up very carefully, okay? Hard work pays off. Hard work. Something you know nothing about. Because you're somebody and we're a bunch of nobodies. So
Okay.
listen.
Thanks, Chris.
There's real content creators putting in the hard work. Again, something you know
Oh,
absolutely
Thank you.
zero about. We've seen your daily routine, and it sucks. But anyhow, hard work pays off.
Steve, I'm
Dreams come
actually.
true.
Are you in
Bad-
the Arizona desert? Because I am I've been looking at places where I want to possibly live, and I'm actually looking at Arizona and New Mexico right now. I've just kind of been looking at those two states, and I just saw that you said you were in the desert.
Times don't last.
Thank you.
Bad times don't last. But bad guys and bad girls, just like us over here.
Ah, okay.
Meet me on this side over here. Thank
Thank
you guys
you.
for joining. If you didn't hit the like button, please do. And if you can share on any platform, this is a very important live stream. Spontaneous
Thanks
as
for
it
the
is,
dono.
we're going to get right into it, though. Again, thank you so much for being here. And the people that became new members and stuff and gifted, and you didn't even have to do that, but I appreciate that very much. Even the super chat. Fire Nice, thank you for the gifted membership there. That's not what it's all about. Case, thank you for the donation, super chat right there. Dots as well. Michelle Furler and Sabian Pagan with the memberships. And maybe it was Sonia. I don't remember. I don't have access.
Contract law. No, it's not. They hid behind contract law so that they could do that. What I told you all, if they're going to do.
And I'm like, wait, did you say what you just? I guess did you say you got a copyright last night? And she said, yeah, she got multiple copyright or a few, but I didn't know that until today, just like maybe an hour ago or something or less.
Arizona,
So,
yeah.
And then I reached out to Nina. I'm like, wait, did you say what you just? I guess. Did you say you got a copyright last night? And she said, yeah, she got multiple copyrights on multiple videos. False copyright, because it falls under fair use. Gypsy doesn't know this.
I hope so.
And another
I
creator,
hope it catches up with them.
I guess I didn't get permission to say her name, but well, I hope she's okay with me sharing this. Conspiracy. Okay, so that's my.
Okay.
So she got hit today, and she
You
messaged
better
me.
Get off my girl, Gypsy.
And
I love me some
conspiracy does nothing but almost like news, like it's
Right.
vanilla. It's not criticism. It's just reporting, or
and it's fair use. It's transformative and all this stuff.
Right.
Oh my
yeah. So I
God.
saw that.
Wow, that's scary.
And the video that Gypsy did was the gender reveal on conspiracies, and conspiracy is basically talking, and her face and her entire body is on there, and explaining about the gender reveal. Oh, guys, it's a girl, and blah blah blah. Showed a little clips here, and then explained it. You know how she does that on TikTok and here on
Right.
YouTube, and that's fair use. I mean, it's not a re-upload, and it's not like Gypsy has copyright to any of these videos. I really doubt she filed copyright for every single
Oh,
video
really?
that she's
You're in
done so far. I
Arizona
guarantee
too.
she hasn't. Most creators don't, and it's not a re-upload. We do have Fancy up here, I believe. Fancy, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey,
So I don't know
Fancy.
if you heard the news, or did you get hit by this? Because
No, Ryan got hit by it. I did not, because they've tried to pull this on me before, and I know how to get out of that, so they don't pull that on me anymore.
yeah, I mean,
basically,
I know
this is
how
what's gonna
to
happen.
too, but this is a little bit.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
She's risking, Gypsy. You're
Yeah.
risking your YouTube channel on
Yes, she is.
because you're breaking TOS, terms of service, and YouTube community guidelines. You're knowingly falsely reporting false copyright. Let's just say.
Yeah.
And
what's going to happen is, if after, I think it's 5 to 7 days, if you don't file a court date, if they literally do not take you to court, then it goes away and they can't
yeah,
strike you.
it's actually 10 business days. I've been through
10
this
business
multiple
days.
times, but
Right.
but that's not the problem, because now it kind of
And
it's
usually
just a
it
huge
takes
delay.
about 2 weeks. 10 business days, 2 weeks it usually takes.
I mean, we're talking about 10 business days, could be almost up to 2 weeks to even
Right.
initiate that process.
This is why I
And your
told you
stuff
guys my
gets
lawsuit is really
buried.
about freedom of speech, and everybody tried to say, no, it's contract law. No, it's not. They hid behind contract law.
Gypsy Rose comes out with, say she comes out and says, oh, I'm having twins, and it's like a huge story and everybody's reporting on it, and you report on it, and then it gets taken away, and then 2 weeks later you win, but and the video goes back up, but your shit's been buried. It's been buried. No one's gonna look at it. it's just a way to silence people, and it pisses me off.
So that they could do that. What I told you all, if they're going to do it to me, they're going to do it to all of you. And people just it acted like I was crazy and that I didn't know what I was talking about. And here it is. Now it's hitting all of you.
Oh, fancy. I told you. Oh, Lord. I have a hard time.
It's because she will not stop. She does not want any truth out there about her. She doesn't like what Becca's doing. She doesn't like her Starlight's doing. She doesn't like what you're doing. She certainly doesn't like what I'm doing, and that's exposing her. And I'm glad that I'm up here with Becca. Becca, I want you to understand, I have no problem with you. I just don't understand where you got the medical records and how you got them on a FOIA. If
I
you can
didn't get
explain
them
that
on a
to me.
FOIA.
You didn't.
No.
Okay, see, people have gone around saying you did, and that's why I was so
No,
confused.
I actually emailed you, Fancy.
Did you?
So
But
I
yep.
held all this resentment for you because I believed. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not biting. I'm not biting. I'm not biting. Not biting.
But since we're
This
talking
is
now,
about
we can talk,
something
right?
else.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think I got your email, but it could have just been way far
Oh,
down. I get a
Becca,
lot of them.
please.
So I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah,
Talk.
no, we did not get it through a FOIA. So
That's what I thought.
yeah,
See,
you're
there's
right.
no way you could have, and that's why people are saying that. I said, there's
That's
absolutely
right.
no FOIA. There's no way she could have got it through a FOIA.
No,
Absolutely not.
it was
So I
part
think
of
you're doing
discovery. As you probably know, the case
Right.
files are large and
Yes.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't
So I
even.
understand, and
Yeah.
I think you're doing a good job with the way
I
you're putting it
can't
together.
even. It's
It
not
doesn't matter
even.
who's doing it as long as the message is getting out
This is
there. And I
about
think we're
Nina
getting lost in this.
conspiracy right
Everybody
now.
is on their own freaking thing, thinking I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Just like right now, we're trying to organize a rally for Nicholas, and of course, 2 content creators want to pull out because I'm involved. Well, I'm the biggest voice on this for 8 years, guys. Of course, I'm going to be involved in something like that if I believe that it's the right thing to do, and I do. And his family has never been able to get any type of actual, traction for his story. I have media contacts. I'm sure some of you do. I have friends that have big platforms, not just Natasha and some other girl who just randomly popped in one day. So I think that we need to come together for truth in all of this, and this is why. Because
Have
if
I
we
not
stand
said
together
that?
against
And
her,
then
she cannot keep doing the nonsense.
have I not said that? That was my whole thing with Toddy and Katie from Down the Rabbit Hole at bedtime. And then she promptly went on to Sir Morbid and said my channel was just about not truths, and that Toddy was slumming being on my channel. Like I think she wanted to like Toddy, like she wanted to like throw the bone to Toddy. She was gonna trash me, but she was gonna be like, but like Toddy's not part of them. She's different. But now look at Toddy. I think Toddy's like one of the biggest people that calls her out. I just believe if you're going to yell for creator unity, then it needs to be unity, not just when it suits you, unity. There's no reason to trash other creators. We can all have a platform. You don't have to be the biggest, baddest, longest. You just have to be good at what you're doing. And each creator brings what they're good at to their platform, and the listeners decide.
That she's doing. Sorry, I'm getting down off my soapbox now.
I have a lot to say about that, but I'll wait. I'll wait.
And Fancy, like if you hear it from others,
Fancy has a lot to bring to the table, but she unpacks a lot of bullshit with it. So, you got to weigh what you really want to do with it. Do you want all the bullshit? Or that's my problems with the way she handles her stuff. And she has so many people in her wake. So, yeah.
take it with a grain of salt because
Exactly.
Yeah, there's always going to be detractors. Not everybody.
Right. And that's the thing,
right.
Becca. They ran back to you and told you that Ryan and
Right.
I were saying this stuff. We weren't. All we were trying to say was we were tired of people telling us, hey, you need to go
We're
watch Becca
tired of people
Scoops.
saying Becca Scoops.
And yes, Becca's about to say it right there. You're tired of people saying Becca Scoops is the best.
Becca Scoops in your comments.
Right.
Right?
I'm
And
like, dude, I've
stop
been
it.
doing this for
I
8
get
years.
it.
I assure you, I know
I
what
get
Becca
it.
knows.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know? And that
Right.
was it. Just like they tagged Nina. Well, I
Right.
don't, Nina does not have all the facts. She doesn't fact check all the time. There's different things I have against her, and she has me blocked. So tagging her in my shit is pointless anyway. So it's just stupid. And I'm so tired of the people that just want to run around and cause chaos instead of coming together for the truth of the story.
There seems to be a lot of that going on.
She's one of the runarounders, chaosers. That's just like I cannot not say something when you are one of the biggest chaosers. I would love for Fancy to be all about unity and really truly mean it. And you know what? I hope she's sitting here and she's meaning it. Do you need to fight all the time with people to get your Gypsy Rose content across? And then, there's the whole issue of bringing all of this fight onto your channel and just staying silent and not saying a peep when another person's channel gets tore down. But when it happens to you, it's a real issue. You got to go step by step through the video. It doesn't feel good to have your channel talked about in a way that you find to be untrue. And when you're silent about it, when you don't say like, oh, well, I don't know that to be true, that, that's your experience, at least just staying completely silent. Silence is a silent agreement. And making funny when it hurts another person is making fun. I don't care how you word it. It's just the bully's way of saying relax. And how many times have you relaxed when someone said, "Oh, relax. I'm just kidding." I just
On over on the
Absolutely.
TikTok.
Yeah. I don't want any part of the drama, but the drama comes with it, I guess.
Right.
It does,
Yes,
it
it does.
does.
I'm new
Because
to
the
this.
Blanchards are creating the drama. That's the problem. You have the Blanchard family creating this drama. They create drama between creators. They've been doing it for a very long time. I have tons of proof that they do it. It's
Well, I don't know if Becca knows this, and I fell asleep, and I couldn't stomach to watch it anyways. But Bro went live last night trying to debunk everything Becca's put out.
Yes, of course. Yes, they have. And I just laughed at it.
So
I
now
just
they're
laughed at
coming
it.
after Becca.
Right. Of course they
Yeah,
are.
I expect. Yeah.
Well, you're a
Let 'em
nurse, so you
try, let 'em
probably shouldn't have
try.
ever looked at the doc.
Yeah.
According to the idiots, you're a nurse, so you have no business looking at the records and interpreting them because that's unethical because you're a
Why is
nurse.
it
No.
unethical? It's not a HIPAA.
Yeah, I
This
don't
is not
know.
a HIPAA issue. It's not a
No,
HIPAA
that's what they
issue.
did. Well, I don't know if you knew this or not, but that's what they tried to do to Colleen. They went and filed a report against Colleen with the nursing board to try and have her nursing license pulled. And I
what?
contacted an advocate and the doctor that's working on it with us on our
Fancy has
documentary,
gone
and she said,
through
"Well, that's really funny."
horrible bullying stuff with the Blanchard. Just horrible. I just such wrong stuff. And I don't nobody deserves what Fancy went through with the Blanchards. Um yeah, I don't like, to be honest, I don't even know how she got through it because like they doxed her. They had these horrible parties about her. I just uh wrong is wrong, and that was incredibly wrong. And I feel horrible for Fancy for that.
Because at what point in time did Colleen ever work as a nurse for you? I said, well,
Right.
she's always been a nurse. She goes, no. I'm not asking that. I'm asking you, did she chart patients? Did she take them back and put them in a room? Did she take their temperature? No, none of those things. Then she was not acting as a nurse. She's a medical professional expert analyzing a case, and that's all she's doing. They're really ridiculous. There's no freaking illegal things. There's nothing unethical about it. I was given the records for that exact purpose. Oh, well, you can't put them on Patreon and sell them. Well, if you read my contract, yes, I can. So it's annoying, but I'm glad to be able to talk to you this time because, I've I've avoided reaching out to you because I didn't really know how to approach it, to be honest with you. I did not know you had messaged me. I will go look for that. And that's the thing. Like, I wanted to message you and be like, hey, I think you're doing a great job. I love that you're putting it together in a way people can understand it. And, I want you to know I'm not against you, because that's just, it's
Thanks,
pointless. You're telling
Moni.
the same story, for heaven's sakes, you know?
Right.
Well, it's good to
Okay.
clear it up. That's why
Yeah, for
these
sure.
type of platforms where you can just relax
Hi,
and
Laura
it's
Lynn.
laid back.
Right.
It's important to
Right.
have this sort of space. Nina's here. Okay. Because I
Oh.
do want to get to the topic because Nina.
Right.
Hey, Nina.
Right.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, girl?
Nina.
All right. So
Oh,
one of the people
hi,
here,
girl.
Nina, I didn't know.
who got hit with the cup? Because what we can do, I spoke to my attorney, and he was saying that
I also love that Nina has an attorney. I cannot wait until I can have an attorney. Be like, I spoke to my attorney. Yeah, I know what's up.
if they keep doing that, just turn around and sue her.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. And this
That's
could
what
be
I've been saying.
could
I
this be a
honestly,
class
guys,
Because
action
it's not
lawsuit?
a
Is
that's
this,
what I was
yes,
just
it
going to say
can
more, but
be.
I
That's
really
what
do
he was
believe it to be a
saying.
class
hold on,
action.
Fancy.
It
What
can
did you
be
say?
a class
I'm sorry.
action lawsuit
Fancy, sorry, we're over
against her
talking
and
here.
Christy.
What'd you say, Nina? I'm sorry.
It can be a class action lawsuit against her and Christy.
That's what I
Laura Lynn, thank you so much, honey. Thank you for the super sticker. It's really, really appreciated.
said. I said this a long time ago. If we would all band together for the people that are being attacked by them for telling the truth, it doesn't matter whether I like you or you like me or Starlight likes you or Starlight likes this person. It doesn't matter. They're doing this to everyone. And this is what I said when I went to Missouri. There was a very big reason why Missouri was a big deal. And they tried and they lost. And they didn't just lose because of a venue. There was a lot more into that than they want you to know.
With the
And
whole Missouri thing, I think Fancy needs to be careful because I think that they're going to be taking her to other states, and just would be careful with that.
And the thing is yes, the reason I can't sue them isn't because I can't sue them. It's because I don't have the money to sue them. By myself, it would cost over $20,000 for a retainer for a lawyer. It's ridiculous. But if we were to file a
Thank
class
you,
action suit
Lauren.
and come together, then that's different.
Yes.
Someone in the backstage
Coming
on
together.
StreamYard, if you guys could drop out, then I'm not going to add right now, because the slots are full and we're trying to get, I think conspiracy is
I'd
trying
love
to
to
get
hear
up.
conspiracy theory.
So, once we're done with the discussion, because I want Nina and Conspiracy to be able to,
I
So
wanna
if
hear
those
You need to
other,
figure
and
out
then just
the-
rejoin after, and then we'll be good. Now we have a couple slots open, so
Okay, cool.
for Conspiracy. But Nina, yeah, go ahead. Tell us what's going on, because I totally didn't know last
So
night we were
I
talking about that.
spoke. Yes, I was talking to my attorney, and he was just that, and he has reached out to the CEO of YouTube
Right.
Mhm.
by email to have
wow.
her taken down. So because she is basically
I don't think it's going
child
to happen
endangerment.
that fast, but
But here's the thing. Okay, she's trying to silence in different ways. She tried with Fancy already. Okay.
But you
one
know
way.
what?
I have no more, but I
I
don't know.
doubt things really. I'm a doubter. I'm like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it type of person. Because I don't know. I don't think YouTube's gonna take her down because, I mean, I don't know, but I really hope that uh, the viewers can take her down by not watching and just making it really difficult in her comments, just letting everyone know that watches the video like this isn't what she is trying to make us think it is. And it's been done that way where the viewers kind of are like, and she's probably not making that much money, which is sad to say, over on YouTube. It's TikTok where she's raking in the money right now.
If you know this or not, but I have confirmation from TikTok. One of my friend's brothers worked for them that helped me get my account back the first time. He then went to try to see if we could get my big account that had 20,000 on it from the first time back. And the reason that we cannot is because somebody pretending or claiming to be her
Hi,
manager
Sherry from
and
Texas.
her lawyer sent in a false document telling them that they won the fucking court case and all this crap. And so they were able to take my platform down. And now I can never get it back unless I talk to
But
TikTok.
that is something you could just sue for.
Right. It is. it is something I can. But that's what I'm saying. It already happened once. They took it, and I have
Thanks for the
confirmation.
sub.
I never knew why it was
Steve,
down or why it couldn't be
I
restored or
need
why
to
it couldn't
do
appear.
what Sir Morbid has. I was trying to figure out how does he do that where it just announces. I know he's using Streamlabs and he uses StreamYard at the same time. And I heard somebody say that he's running it through an OBS platform. I'm not that good yet, but thank you so much, Steve, for the super sticker. It's really, really appreciated.
Until he went in my account and told me, yeah, this is what's happened. They sent in your court case and tried to say that you're stalking them and harassing them. And because they had a court case, they were able to take your thing down and it can't be restored. And I said, but the court case was dismissed. What the hell are you talking about? So I have to go through legal with TikTok, and then I can sue them as well. You're right. You're right. So it's been happening ever since I started talking on TikTok.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
all these sort of, see, I don't care about, how do I put this? Because I want to be as professional and eloquent as possible without being a total douche.
Okay.
But
I just be a dick. Who cares?
how do I say this?
Embrace it.
When it comes to, like, I'm going to allow Conspiracy when she's going to come up and join us. She's just getting the kids ready. When it comes to an actual content creator, and we have all of them here, right here on the panel so far, less Conspiracy. We put a lot of work in. There's a lot of hard work. Flawless Nina does a lot. Fancy does a lot. I mean, hell, she's writing Bibles and shit. Becca Scoops puts a lot of time into her stuff. You can totally tell with her husband. And Starlight and I, we as goofy as I am, and maybe Starlight, we do certain things too, and it takes time, and it's really content creation. Where Gypsy Rose, you're not a content creator, you're just basically monetizing off your mother, okay, and what you did to your mom.
Well, she is.
Even the graphics and effects that I do each week, I take the intro and I redo our intro a little bit each week to make it new and interesting. Every content creator does something to make their page, and none of these people I've seen take and don't add to, and that's the whole point about it. I know sometimes people would wish that we just played something straight through, but then it wouldn't be altering it in any way. So.
And my attorney just submitted like all of her, her record, all of that stuff to the CEO.
There was a lady on here. Oh, well, Morbid will know who I'm talking about, but Mommy Ramblings blog,
Yes.
who filed a false copyright strike against a channel on here called Held to the Know, and Held to the Know is suing her. Like, they're going to court.
And you know what?
For
This is going to
false-
happen to you,
false
Gypsy.
copyright.
And I swear to God, because I know
Well, that'll be easy.
this is
to
not
get her
new.
like
By
that.
the false
Mommy
copyright.
Ramblings is a channel that covers the Watts case very heavily, and she's really good friends with the Ruchecks, and the Ruchecks just a false claim on me. So this is very interesting to me.
Shit, okay. And what you're doing is false copywriting people here to silence them, like Nina and Conspiracy. And shame on you, Gypsy, because you know what? Go ahead, take jabs at Nina. Go ahead, criticize.
Shame on any of you that do that. If you want something taken down, if you're so offended by something, try contacting the creator first and seeing what they say instead of just jumping the gun to this BS. This stuff is really when it happened to me, it was really disturbing to me. So when I see it happening to other people, I get really disturbed. I kind of like those feelings start coming up that I was feeling when it was happening. So if I'm a little like, I feel a little about it.
Her publicly, like she does to you, whatever. That's okay. Nina will be fine with it. She'll be just fine. Criticize Fancy. Criticize me, hiding behind a skeleton. Go ahead, do whatever you got to do.
But you know what, Morbid? All she does, I'm telling you this right now. One thing about me is I'm relentless. And when you do stuff like this, I'm going for you. I'm going to make you feel it. And I'm going to make you feel it in a way that
we're going to give you that support.
Again.
Every single content creator, like Fancy said this before. Fancy said this before. Everybody who covers Gypsy Rose in this way, you know what? You should be on the same team, you know? Fancy said this when she got sued too. And it's the same deal here, because what makes me upset is that Nina has kids, Conspiracy has a family. She does this full time. Nina does this full time, and she's got TikTok going, and so does Conspiracy.
Yes.
And you're filing false reports. It's not even legitimate.
I was gonna say something about that background noise, because it's gonna drive him crazy, because I can hear it and it's starting to drive me crazy.
If it was legitimate, it'd be different, but it's not. And it goes against the TOS, the terms of service, and the community guidelines that YouTube has set out there. So your channel is at risk, but it won't stop there, because everybody else is going to jump in, like myself and others
This
who
could
are
be a
content
legal
creators.
problem for her also, though. This could come down to, yes, it's not against the law that she's, exactly doing this, but parole officers don't take too kindly to
I
their
hope-
parolees.
But who is this parole officer that she has? I mean, is he part of the mob? Is he a criminal too? Because how is she getting away with all of this? I severely question the parole officer.
Acting like this. This
Yeah, but
character,
her
this is a
parole
character
officer is
issue.
useless.
And who's
He's
the
freaking
bonehead that gave her this idea? Because this idea has been tried multiple times. And trust me, Nina and Conspiracy will be just fine, even though they have strikes on their channels due to this.
But I'd watch out,
annoyance.
Gypsy.
I wanted to
watch-
say they're going to be just fine, but I don't want to take it away from the upset from them either. Like, I don't want to, upset is upset. And so it is upsetting, but like, they're going to be fine, but it's bullshit.
Watch out.
No,
You're gonna
I'm
piss off
telling
the
you.
wrong
Let me
people
tell
too many
you,
times.
I will see to it. Like, all she did was light a fire up under me. Like, I'm telling you, like, she doesn't
What-
even know.
What
Like,
video?
And Katie Joy
did
is here
you-
too. Just file counter notification against her. I mean, I know that. We know that. We know how it goes. The appeal, of course, absolutely. And Katie Joy, if you want to step up, you can, because you're one creator too that covers Gypsy Rose. What if she starts filing copyrights against you? And the routine. But this is a team effort. I think we need to be together in solidarity, just as Fancy said from the get-go, from the beginning, because we have that much power to publicly out
I've lost my
and call
TikTok and
Gypsy
my
out.
Facebook because of them.
Nina,
I have
what
lost 2
video?
different platforms.
What
Yeah, which
video did
videos?
she
So
strike?
she took down like 4.
My God.
For
But
copyright
one of them
claim?
was like 3. Any video that had any of her stuff in there, I took them down already now, though.
But what was she?
Why
she
you
was
took down those
striking-
videos?
Yeah, because I didn't
Why?
want it to hit again.
No. Oh,
No, once you appeal it, Nina, and
You
they
lose your
put it back
channel.
up.
No,
she
there
can't
were
hit you
other
again.
videos.
there were other
that did
videos.
have some of her stuff,
Okay.
and I just deleted them because I've already been paid for them. Right? Like I've already cashed out on it.
But
So I
it's
just deleted them.
but you know what?
So
You can
she-
sue for future earnings. Go ahead, Starlight.
So she's striking her TikTok content.
No.
No, but
YouTube.
I also YouTube, but there's also behind the scenes stuff that I have going on with her
Uh-huh.
that she's not even.
Well,
privy
I'm
to.
just curious if
So
she's striking TikTok
I am
content.
going to get her one way.
She's got behind the scenes stuff. Oh my gosh. Like Gypsy Rose. She's an idiot.
They tried
What
to.
has she done? Like, she has created an enemy for life of somebody who I just would not want an enemy. Does anybody else agree with me on this? Like I feel like Nina is a formidable opponent that I would not want to go against. And but maybe Gypsy Rose is just, she thinks she's that good. Oops, I got myself right out of that. I got to get my screen back. Hold on a second, you guys. I was on a roll. I get the trigger finger and I somehow managed to X out of everything I do. While we're taking this little break, Have you considered becoming a member over on the Dragonflies on YouTube? That is our YouTube membership, a Dragonfly. I release all my videos early to the Dragonflies. We have um, chats that we do. There's emojis that we give out. There's shout outs and almost all of the lives that we do because I put it right in the intro um and outro, and just other little things that we do here and there with each other. And yeah, it's $2.99 a month, and it's just another way to support me. And we have a few new dragonflies. Welcome to the new dragonflies, and of course welcome to my old dragonflies. Hope it takes me right back to where we were. No, wait, this is something else. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them towards the end. Oh wait, this is a live that they're doing right now. Hold on a second. Is it? Oh yeah, we were looking at the other one. Okay. There's so many up from did you see all of them? I can't stand when there's all those people, like, I don't know who's talking. It looked like there was at least 10 people up on panel, but maybe I was imagining it. She's done nothing wrong. Yeah, tons. Yeah, well, there it is. Woohoo! My eyes are open. Actually, our Sunday night guest had to cancel. She just got COVID, so I am trying to find a guest for Sunday. If you know of anyone or if you're someone, feel free to email me at parawomenradio@gmail.com. The women is plural, so it's PARAWOMEN radio@gmail.com. Hold on, I didn't realize I didn't have it added to the stage. Oh, hold on a second, you guys.
To file a false copyright claim. And no,
Well,
nobody's doing
nobody
that.
cares that much about it. Like, it's just not that deep
It's not
when
that
it comes to
serious.
her
Like,
page.
seriously, it's not that serious. This is just ridiculous that she is using this as a tactic to essentially
She's
silence the
getting
truth. If it's
desperate
not what she
though.
wanted to say, then she's going to hit you.
She's
It's
getting
ridiculous.
desperate though. She's buying Bree
Yes, she is.
followers. She's paying
Yes.
for comments. She's bought
Right.
herself followers, and there is
See?
a app that you
We
can
are
actually.
gonna look at a little bit of her buying followers, which, I mean, really, Gypsy?
Type in that person's uh account and it'll tell you. Like,
Oh, and we're
what's
gonna
going
let
on?
YouTube know,
I
guys.
mean, yesterday, Ryan and I both got over 100 different freaking the same thing. So and so is doxing you. So and so is doxing you. So and so is doxing you. Meanwhile, Ryan was on live with me, so they just paid for 100 bots on each one of our platforms so that they could come in there and say so and so is doxing you to cause more problems. It's just stupid. Yeah. Okay, I will. Shh. Oh, hush, you're okay.
And what has me like really upset is that I know how this is. I know how to lose channels from false copyright claims, because back in the day, YouTube wasn't so good at it. And you know, once you got 3, you're out. They just terminate. They don't care. No time for appeal. You're gone. Bye-bye. See you later. All that hard work you've done and the money that you put into send to your kids or have your kids, you know, you're raising your family with this full-time income because you're an actual content creator. It's terrible. So when I heard conspiracy getting attacked for no reason, it's absolutely absurd due to false copyright claims, not legit ones. And trust me, I went to battle with Joe Rogan's podcast using some of his clips on my comedy channels, and I won. And because they just said, oh, well, he has transformative, he's providing commentary. And it's as simple as that. And even those big companies and movies and all that, they know what's up. So Gypsy, I mean, you're just kind of like waking people up. I didn't even want to do a live today because it wasn't my day, but I feel passionate about it and so upset about it because it's affecting Nina's income, conspiracies, and they've got children, they got families, and even if they didn't have children, you're affecting these content creators and trying to silence them out of dirty, stupid games.
It doesn't matter if they have children or not. They've got bills. Everybody's got bills to pay. And this can 2 weeks is a long time for something to have to deal with. And like I said, you lose money off of the whole video. The video that you could have made like money off of. You lose it. If people want to tip on it, they can't tip on it. You're not making money with the AdSense. It's just ridiculous.
Only person that is on reality TV that cares about what creators do. Like, I think that's so odd. Like, I don't understand what it is that she cares so much
Giselle, I think I
about
missed
what the general
this.
public thinks.
I think I missed this, Giselle. Thank you so much, honey. I missed this. Thank you very, very much. Sorry, I missed it.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
what? She'll never win over the public. She'll never be
No.
good enough to win over the public.
No,
She
I
will
can't believe
never
the PR. I can't believe the PR people put out a whole fucking plan like she's just rebranding, like she just made a mistake in her life. Like, oh, you were speeding and you got caught, or you got pulled over in a drunk driving charge. Sorry, Justin Bieber, let's go ahead and reframe you as the golden boy. You cannot reframe her as anything. You cannot rebrand her. She is a freaking murderer.
I agree, Fancy. I think the PR firm, what I know about PR, I have a little background in that too.
Yes, so
probably was like, you know what? Well,
they're fighting an uphill battle with this one. Nobody's gonna win this one with her because she's got too many people that don't like her, too many people that are on her scent, too many people that are telling the true story. She can't stop the narrative, and you can tell she's grabbing at straws. And I mean, YouTube is not different than TikTok. Don't come over here and mess with us, Gypsy. Do not, because you can tell like there's some fussing and fighting over here on YouTube. But when push comes to pull, like the people that are really, they stand up for each other, and that's just the way it is. I don't know what it's like over on TikTok. It could be the same exact way, but I feel like the true crime YouTubers can fuss and fight at each other, but I have noticed that we do have each other's back when it is what it is.
Exactly, you do. was probably like, well, if she wants to pay us, great. But you can't.
Right.
I have to believe that behind the scenes they're like, yeah, no. But they're taking her money, right?
But they're
So
taking
they
your
give her.
money, just like Mike
Yeah.
took her money to
Well,
sue me
I
in
mean, they're
Missouri,
gonna
knowing
take
that it
her
wasn't
money
going to
because they
happen.
can. And who wouldn't take Gypsy Rose's money and screw her over?
Yeah.
Like, she deserves
Right.
it. Most times you'd be like, I would never want to do that to someone. But Gypsy, who would care? Just go ahead, railroad her. She railroads everybody else. Why not?
And you know what? Keep on filing those false reports. Go ahead, listener Bree. Wow, she's brilliant, because now you're going to get lawsuits, major lawsuits, and you've got the money, so we can collect if you come after people.
Right.
And
That's
then
a
you
good
destroy
point.
and terminate their entire channel due to your false copyright reports. You'll see what the judge is going to say. And you know what?
But her
We're
account
going to
needs
back
to be
up
taken.
this because it's a serious issue. Go ahead, Nina.
Her account needs to be taken down, period. She wreaks
Yeah.
too much havoc. She should not be monetizing on this.
Well, at least
She's
her YouTube channel,
disgusting.
because she's false copywriting for sure.
Like,
With the TikTok, I mean, fuck, man. I can't even figure that shit out. Every video I put up, I'm getting community guideline strikes, and then I have to appeal, and it's a 50-50 over
Yeah,
there.
that's
I don't
another
even know what's going
reason
on.
no,
why
yeah, YouTube is really weird when it comes to it,
I
because
don't do a lot on TikTok, because like sometimes my whole video is silenced because of some part in it that they didn't like, but they don't give you the opportunity to edit it out. They don't tell you what it is. It's another reason why I don't want to put my eggs into TikTok's basket. I mean, I feel like my eggs are in trouble over here on YouTube half the time. So, yeah.
it's like it's what's weird about YouTube is that there's videos that they'll take down and there's videos that they'll keep, and there's like no rhyme or reason to it.
There isn't.
The best thing Gypsy could do is go ahead, email Team YouTube. Do the right thing, Gypsy, for once in your life.
You think Gypsy can do the right thing?
And hear me out here. Retract those false copyrights. Okay, that's the
Love her
least you
laugh.
can do. I don't care if you hate Nina, and I don't know what Conspiracy did to you. She has covered you legit. All right, vanilla as fuck, man. So, and don't make me call Ken, because I mean, what is he going to say about this? Oh, I didn't know what was happening. Ken, where you at, bro? Because now I'm pissed. I'm pissed that your girl is doing this,
Does he
and she should be
have
focusing
10
on
over
your
on-
daughter, yo. Because I
Well,
thought that's what it's all about.
Does
Why?
he have 10 up on that 10 panel list tonight? I wonder.
Does she have
Nothing
time
more
to
than
file
10
false copyright reports and risk
Like I said.
these people's livelihoods under false pretense? By the way,
And he claims that he did not believe in calling people's jobs. That's another, like, honestly, I have a lot that I have on her, and I don't think she
Oh, so
realized
do
like
I.
this.
Oh, so do
Like, a
I.
lot.
I have lots and lots and lots and lots. And I've been waiting to figure out what to do with all of it. And I think it's just about time to do so.
and Fancy, you should feel a bit vindicated because you were the first one. You're the guinea pig, but in a different way, not with the copyright issue, but they went a different
Oh,
angle.
no, they tried to pull that
It
before,
didn't
and I
work.
protected myself real well. So they knew they couldn't do it again.
So it is getting ridiculous.
Thank
that she's
you.
Just trying these low class sort of ways of trying to silence just content creators with opinions.
Silence anyone with the truth or anyone that has an opinion against the narrative. It's pretty freaking gross. It's just gross.
Okay.
I don't know what.
So let's move on so you kind of get an idea of what she's doing. I thought it would be interesting to see, like, I wanted to see what other content creators were saying about this situation. And this is a content creator that I have not seen before. And his name is The Mystery Project. And he has Gypsy Rose does the unthinkable. And then plus he goes into Micah Miller. So I thought we'd pop in and just see what he's saying. And then we have another creator, and then we're going to go over to TikTok. I'm going to take us over to TikTok. I know a lot of you don't like to go over there, so I go over for you. I trudge the TikTok waters for you. They're dangerous. You got to make sure you take friends with you. Leave some breadcrumbs so we can find you when you're going to go over there. But I'll go over there with you. You don't have to go by yourself.
Oh, snap. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every single night. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. It looks like that, and it's down there. Do it, y'all. Let's get 100 likes. We're live on TikTok as well. TikTok, if you want to watch the videos, like actually see the videos with us, you can. It's The Mystery Project on YouTube. Just come on over, type in The Mystery Project.
So when you're doing both TikTok and YouTube, you can't see the person over on TikTok? Because I tried the whole streaming to TikTok for a week. Like they offered me a week, but then I didn't know I had gotten it. And so really, I only realized I had it for 3 days. I only did it for 3 days. But I thought, and I don't even know where they went to. Like they didn't stay on the platform. I don't know where they are. But you can only be heard and not seen over on TikTok.
Project.
It's like he's Gen X.
And then you'll find the channel, subscribe, and come in and watch. Put the YouTube up on the TV, put TikTok on your phone. That's the secret sauce. Oops. Oh, that's low as hell. That's better. Anyways, y'all, we got a little bit of Gypsy Rose craziness going on. She's doing the unthinkable.
You what?
To YouTube creators.
How dare you?
Something that you just don't do. At least that's what I've heard. We're going to find out, though. But YouTube, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Exclamation point, exclamation point. Thumbs up in the chat. Let's put it on the screen. Boom. There you go. TikTok, hit me with those bears. Let's go. We got 4 left. I think we can manage that. Y'all are amazing. Let's go. All right, let's start this thing. Oh, crap. I forgot. Shrink myself down. Now let's go.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is stirring up more drama. She's going after
Oh, hell.
content creators. She is striking their channels and taking their
Okay,
YouTube.
we're actually going to be watching this next content creator. I didn't realize that this was just basically what I'm doing. So we're going to pop past there and go right over to this YouTuber headlines, which I have grown to like more and more. Anyone else subscribed over here?
Is stirring up more drama. She's going after content creators. She is striking their channels and taking their YouTube videos down.
False copyright reporting douchebag in Gypsy. Terrible.
Morbid went live on YouTube last night, and he had several creators on this live. They were discussing what Gypsy is doing behind the scenes. Morbid posted this on his community tab. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is filing false copyright claims on YouTube against content creators. So he did the research for her, and he
what I'm reporting on, which is good to see and makes me happy that people are actually picking up the story and talking about it. So let's just go over to a TikTok and see what they're doing over there. Thanks to Chris C for helping me out. She's my TikTok queen. She sends me a lot of TikTok stuff. And so a huge shout out to her and a huge shout out to my Heavenly. They're both amazing mods. Okay. So when Gypsy Rose Blanchard files a false copyright claim on your account with proof it's her. So, like I said, when you get it, you get like, this is kind of what it looks like. The video title, you get everything. And then you get a video. Where does it say? Yes. Removal request issued by Gypsy Rose Blanchard YouTube. and then it will tell you the content info, stuff like that. So
Getting ready
I
to watch the
thought
Saints game. That's why I got my Saints jersey on. Who that say
it'd
they're
be
gonna beat
fun to
them
catch
Saints?
up and
But
see what Ryan's doing, what Ryan's up to and all of this.
hey guys, just hanging out on a nice Sunday, getting ready to watch the Saints game. That's why I got my Saints jersey on. Who that say they're gonna beat them Saints? But anyway, guys, I just wanted to do a video. I noticed I haven't done a video in a while. I've been doing lives recently. And guys, the feedback that I get from my TikTok lives is awesome. Like, I know there's been
And I love this for Ryan. I never thought that I would be rooting for Ryan, but I also love what he's about to say right here. So let's listen to how Ryan takes
girls who've
people
made TikTok
talking about
videos
him.
about my lives that say they're gonna beat them Saints. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to do a video. I noticed I haven't done a video in a while. I've been doing lives recently. And guys, the feedback that I get from my TikTok lives is awesome. Like, I know there's been 3 girls who've made TikTok videos about my lives, and those are so great to me. I love seeing that from people. I love hearing that they laugh at them. I know they're laughing at my mannerisms and things I do, and I do those stupid polls, but now it's become a thing. It's just what I do. And guys, I enjoy doing my lives. If y'all want me to continue doing TikTok lives, let me know in the comments. And if you don't want me to do them, keep that to yourself. No. And I know there's a guy named Oscar who imitates me and puts on jerseys, and he says some things I wish I could say, but I just don't. But guys, I hope you are having a good week. And
So that's how Ryan is taking all of this. He's laughing at it. He's laughing at the jokes. And that's a person who doesn't allow the funnies to be on him, Like, people don't make fun of him. He turns it into a funny. I'm sure Ryan strikes me as someone who's been made fun of in his life. Just for his size alone, I'm sure he's been made fun of. And yeah, I think he knows how to handle it a little bit better than Gypsy Rose. So let's move on. We also had this week, one of the big breaking things was that we didn't have the right Dan. Anxious Aunt broke this. We talked a little bit about it earlier in the week, but more has come out. So this is the real Dan. And Gypsy Rose's obsession. Somebody put Gypsy Rose's obsession with Dan Glidewell started it all, in my opinion. There was no mention of abuse in her interrogation. Her defense started that rumor. And then the real Dan Glidewell, well, he's not having that. Hold on. The real Dan Glidewell, he's like, oh, no, no, no. Dan in the house, not the real Dan though, but he does good work. Give him a follow on Facebook. Book. So we're saying that like this is Dan, and Dan's like, nah, that's not me. So he puts on here. Hold on, I gotta make this bigger because it's a little bit too small for me. How do you make it bigger? Do I not go through this every time? Is there a way to make it bigger? Oh, yeah. So everyone that has read Megan Parks and knows the whole timeline knows that I was not Gypsy's first friend, in quotes, he puts it. Brian was friend number 1 that she was found in hotel with. So Dan's not having it. He was not obsession number 1. It was this guy pictured in the stormtrooper outfit. I dressed as Superman mostly at Vision Cons, and Brian dressed as this guy, I'm pretty sure. but also check out his grape record, assaults, kidnaps, all kinds of things. And then he says he's also my buddy and on my friends list. So the real Dan Glidewell is like, nah, 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 nah. No, no, no. I was not obsession number one, my friends. I was number two. Don't get it twisted, friends. Gypsy had, I think, tried to compare herself to the Turpin siblings, and this lady's not having it. She's like, nope. Gonna talk about this, which I thought was really good.
For the Nordels and the Poindexters in the back, since y'all gonna come out of Gypsy's lives and come over here and try to start something, let me explain my stance on Gypsy to you. We have the Turpin children, Ruby Frankie's children, Ariel Castro's kidnapping victims, and the list goes on and on and on, who suffered physical, mental, psychological, and actual, use your rhyming words in your Blues Clues, ABUSE, more than Gypsy herself could ever imagine. Chained in cement basements, put in dog cages, continually graved over and over, made to have children, made to take their children's lives, things like that. You could never imagine. And do you know what they did? They fought to escape. When they were caught and brought back, they continued to fight to escape. They got away. And now
it's ridiculous that he was doxxed, and it's ridiculous that people think that just because you had some kind of police record that you can dox them at any time, at any state in their lives, which is complete bullshit. But yes, somebody did do that, didn't they?
They're all heroes. When I look at those children and those victims, I think those are heroes. Ariel Castro's victims were all except one was a minor. They're all heroes. And these people were kept in the basement of a home for decades. Ruby Frankie's children were made.
These people were kept in a basement in a home, and were they not the ones that had their eardrums? Some of them, or is that somebody else? Another true crime. I might be getting that mixed up. But didn't they have their eardrums poked out so they couldn't hear shit in the basement? I mean, come on.
To walk on scalding asphalt in the middle of the desert, and in the middle of the desert barefoot, so that the skin would come off the bottom of their feet. They were chained to where the skin rubbed off of their ankles and their arms, and they got away. They fought until they escaped. You know what Gypsy did? She had somebody murder the hell out of her mama. Therein lies my problem. People have made her some kind of social icon. There's 70,000 people in every live. They're sending her $500 and $600 gifts, and she shouldn't be. The Turpin children should be having 70,000 people in their lives.
The Turpin should, and the Turpins, when they were yanked from the home, went through more mistreatment in the foster care system. And here Gypsy is making money with these, like what Morbid said in the beginning, the Son of Sam laws should apply in the 40 states that it applies to. She shouldn't be making money in those 40 states. But you know, the good thing about Gypsy Rose is she's going to be the person that changes this for the rest of the people that think that they can, you know, get away with this and come out and be who she is.
Sending them $500 and $600 gifts. Every victim that I mentioned, absolutely same. I would have respected Gypsy more if she'd done it herself instead of taking advantage of a special needs person. Nicholas Godejohn had severe mental health and cognitive disabilities. He wasn't the first man that she asked allegedly for educational purposes only. Had Nicholas Godejohn not did this, he would have never been able to live on his own anyways. He would receive a SSI check for the rest of his life.
She had to assure the mother that she was going to take care of her son for the few days he was going to be with her. Ugh. Ugh. And remember me saying about kids thinking that this is going to be a good idea? Here we have this.
This 14-year-old tried to take a page out of Gypsy Rose's book. Let's talk about this, okay? A Michigan 14-year-old allegedly hatched a plot with her 17-year-old boyfriend to unalive her mother. On July 14th, around 4 a.m., the 14-year-old's mother woke up to a male standing above her. That male then allegedly put a pillow on her face and tried to suffocate her, even going so far as to strangle her until she could not breathe. But she was able to scream out for help, and the grandmother of the victim came in the room and started yelling at the male. The male then said, "I'm sorry," before running outside, dropping a knife on the way out. When police arrived, the mother told them that they needed to look at her 14-year-old daughter. Apparently, the 14-year-old was a problem child, even having a juvenile record, and she had just taken the girl's phone away. Well, police discovered that the 14-year-old had met the 17-year-old online and had conspired with him to unalive her mother. That way they could have a relationship and be close together. Not only that, apparently the 14-year-old was mad that her phone got taken away. And this is why I don't like Gypsy Rose being glamorized the way she is. Because at what point are we making what she did okay? We as the public, by glamorizing her and putting her on a pedestal.
I would probably think at every point in this story it's been happening. I do know, like, in the beginning, I feel like I felt sorry for her, and so that's why it went down the way it went down for me, where I was a little bit of a stand supporting her, feeling horrible about what had happened to her. But the more the story came out, it just didn't sound right. Took me about a month and a half to kind of like, this is wrong. Something's going down. Yuck. She's a liar. Why are her pants on fire every time she comes in front of the camera? What is wrong here? Just kidding. But yeah, you get what I mean. Let's see what you guys are saying over in chat. And that, kids, is why you're a kid and don't deserve to dabble in adult things. Let's get worse than having your phones right. Let's have more serious problems than a phone situation. And proof that a child's brain is not fully functioned and cannot think things through. When we spoil our children like Gypsy was, that's a recipe for disaster. Yeah. Dee Dee did her no services by the way she allowed her bad behavior to go unchecked over and over and over. Gypsy was not the first abused child to have her mom taken out. No, she's not the first one. But I think she is the first one in a really long time that's made the headlines. Like, I'm trying to think, the Menendez brothers come to my mind. I can't think of any huge major, like as big as Gypsy type cases. And is coming out like the severe abuse that they actually did go through. Ugh. Ugh. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I say I worry about this baby. Yeah, Gypsy's carrying. It's terrifying that she's carrying a baby. I think she did it so she thinks like the baby is going to prevent her from going back to prison. Like, I think she thinks like no parole officer will put her in prison with a baby. And look at her parole officer is doing like nothing. He's just allowing it to all happen. So I have no respect for him. He should have had a fair. Oh, I'm sorry. I already read that. The news makes a big deal about these cases and the public eats it up. Well, this was a good case because it was like girl who was severely abused and mother, poisoning her with chemo and medication and unneeded surgeries. Like, what was she to do, right? Like, she tried to escape and she tried to tell medical professional, and none of her friends would listen to her. What was she to do? She really spun a yarn for us. Without a crystal ball is the one putting out a bunch of lies because she's no longer friends with the family. Wasn't she the one that doxed him too? Doxed Dan? I'm actually happy that Katie Joy is flipped on Gypsy because Katie Joy is another person I wouldn't want on my ass. So go you, Gypsy. You got Katie Joy on your ass and you got Nina. So rawr, chomp. Go at it, ladies. Do what you will. Because she did what she did. Okay, guys, that is all I have for tonight. Yeah. Yeah, ugh. She grosses me out, you guys. She grosses me out. Oh, actually, no, that's not all I have. Hold on one second. I have this little bit where this is where it's showing that she is buying subscribers, where you see the large jumps in subscribers for, I think it's 600 subscribers at a time. That just doesn't happen, you guys. It doesn't happen unless you're buying subscribers. Yeah, it doesn't happen. So here's a little thing showing that she's buying the old subscribers. Also, I think this is a little warning, this Sweet Pea 3D, 4D ultrasound and photography getting involved with Gypsy Rose. If you are a business, you should maybe think twice because you will be bombarded by people not happy. And here is an example of they got the wrong Sweet Pea ultrasound. Um, Apparently, the Sweet Pea ultrasound in Louisiana donated the ultrasound stuff that you see. And this one is in Ohio, not New Orleans. And they're like, it's not us. And people are giving the wrong Sweet Pea 3D ultrasound bad reviews. So this poor Sweet Pea in Ohio has to put this thing out saying, it's not us. It's please disregard. So be careful what you do, and be careful what you do, because don't, by trying to harm Gypsy Rose, you have harmed a business in Ohio. Just be careful with what you do out there, guys. And I want to end it with this because this is from What a Bug. And I think it says it all. It says so much. I can't even stand looking at this. Turns my stomach because she's such a liar.
I can't sleep. I had a nightmare about my mom. Snuck out of bed while Ryan was still asleep. So I came out on the patio
to text Ken, no doubt.
Just feel very shaken up right now. When I have a nightmare about my mom, it's really hard. I just can't go back to sleep yet. And of course, it's always the same. Thinking about that house. Thinking about the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. It's not easy to live with, guys. Everybody always sees the happy parts of me, the good times. But life isn't always about good times, is it?
Ugh.
Not when you're mean.
Whatever, Gypsy Rose, Blanchard. Just stop the copyright strikes and maybe get right with yourself. I don't know what else to say to you, Gypsy Rose, but to you guys, to my power crew, and to my dragonflies. If nobody's told you this today, and even if they have, I'm telling you this. I love you guys so, so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome to Parawomenradio. I'm Amy.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue. Here in the haze where you inspire me. Here in the darkness I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart of sin and you. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you. Here in the blue, I'm dancing with you tonight, and it feels fine.